Live everywhere.
Yeah, we are.
Yes, sir. What's up? We back at it Monday morning. You control you. Man, what we're gonna talk about today might bring out some emotions, not gonna front, but it should be a good episode. Before we get started, you know how we do. We always acknowledge what we're grateful for. I'm extremely grateful for my family. I'm extremely grateful for life. I'm extremely grateful for all the lessons that I have learned because it allows me to enjoy my adult life even more. So yeah, absolutely amazing. I'm grateful for friends. I'm grateful that I have a friend behind behind the scenes here that believes in me and is a great basketball coach that's willing to help my son out. So that's I'm grateful for that, man. I'm grateful for it all. So as we get this party started, talking about breaking the cycle, building the relationships I never had. People talk about all the time about breaking generational trauma and building generational wealth and all the things that are involved in that. And I when it comes to generational wealth, I'm always quick to say that the wealth isn't always about the money, right? It's a lot of times passing on the knowledge of how to get the money and keep the money and just how to keep the family together. So when you think about generational wealth, it's not always in the financial aspect. It's knowledge and emotions and spirit. And when you think about breaking the cycle, when we talk about the generational trauma, it's recognizing that some of the things that we are doing isn't good for our children because it initially wasn't good for us. Now we may have taken something good from it, but that doesn't mean that it was the best thing for us. So as we're talking about generational trauma and breaking the cycle, and I don't even like the term generational trauma. That seems like a key phrase that a lot of people just like ding 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 try to nail down. I want you to think I want you to think about your childhood, right? And think about were there moments in your childhood where now that you're older, you could say, man, I wish they may have done this. I understand it. And maybe not even I wish. It's like I needed this. I got this, but I needed this. And, it could have been maybe you played sports, right? And your parents always worked, so they could never come to the games or whatnot. And that's fine. But now you make it a point to always be at the games for your kids. Like that's one example. Um, maybe you got hit with a belt or an extension cord or a switch, and you're like, I don't. That wasn't effective. I don't see what that did for me. So let me do something different with my kids. And you could do that across the board. And I do believe, in some ways, some people take it to the furthest degree, and they forget how to be how to provide discipline for our kids and structure for our kids because maybe they grew up with so much discipline they want to do the opposite, right? So now that I've given some bullet points on this, I'll test. Big Brown, Big Brown says, nah, BTA is the best way to go. Basically, belt to gluteus maximus. I mean, and the thing is like I'm not gonna disagree. I would just say we don't have to be so quick with it, like maybe our parents were, right? So I just want to give a brief what made me even think about this topic, right? So Saturday I work 7 days a week. I'm at my gym 7 days a week usually. So I'm at the gym Saturday. I do a private lesson early in the morning. Then I teach MMA class, and my day starts. I get to the gym about 7:45. I don't leave the gym until about 1:30, 2 o'clock. So I get home, and I tell my son already knew, but I say, hey, go get some warm clothes on. We're about to go outside and work on the car. Now, I needed to put new headlight bulbs in my car. Now, with most cars, it's a really simple process. With my car, you actually got to take the front bumper off. You got to take the front bumper off and then remove the lamp in order to put the new bulb in. So I'm doing this, and my son is asking me questions. He's like, well, why do you do this? And why are you doing this? And after about the fourth question, now my son is 14, I was like, man, kid, like, you keep hitting me with these questions. And right when I thought about telling him to chill, and I could tell that my answers were getting a little more, like my tone was, my tone was getting more animated. I had to take a breath, and I was like, yo, you know what? My fault. I'm glad you're asking all these questions. And then I told him, I'm like, when roles were reversed, right? When I was your age, I'm sitting here working with my stepfather and doing something, he would ask me to go get a tool on his workbench or something or somewhere, and it wouldn't be there, of course. Of course it's not there. And then, of course, he got mad and said that we must have moved it. We don't touch his tools. We must have moved it. And then as soon as he finds it in a different spot, he hits me with said tool. Didn't matter what it was. And at this time, I'm using a ratchet, right? And I was like, he would have smacked me upside my head with the ratchet. My son just sort of looks at me. I was like, yeah, he was a wild cat. And I'm like, so I feel very blessed that I'm able to do this with you, and I have more patience. And I'm like, so my fault for even getting a little frustrated. Please keep asking questions because I want you to learn, and I want you to have fun learning this. And it dawned on me right there, like, oh man, I get to do something different. This is different. I get to be different with my son in a way that I wish my stepfather would have been with me. And it didn't dawn on me until the next day, until yesterday. I'm sitting there taking a shower, and I'm like, I'm talking to myself, and I literally just go on like it felt like I was preaching. I was just like, I was getting goosebumps. I was just like talking about how much how much it meant to me that I was able to essentially break a cycle. I am giving my son everything that I wanted when I was a kid. I'm not talking about spending money. I'm not talking about spoiling him. I'm talking about I'm giving him the love and the discipline and the structure without all the pain and suffering. I am giving him what I never got. Like, I played sports. They never came to games. It was fine. I played sports my whole life. It was fine. I come to all his games. I'm there. I'm active as a dad. Like, we got our own handshake we do before games. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, on Saturday, working on this car, he's helping me take this bumper off. He's holding the lamp. He's doing this, and he's cracking jokes, and we're having fun. And it's like, all of a sudden, 90 minutes go by, and like, the job is done. Like, he's starting the car, and then we're making sure the lights are working, and then we put the bumper back on, and then he's helping me put stuff on. He helped me unscrew some of the bolts. It's like, we're just in a zone, and we're having fun. And I'm like, man, I'm literally able to give my son the life that I always wanted, which then made me think, I am literally building my dreams into this reality, but with my son. Like, I always wanted this kind of relationship with my own father. My biological father wasn't there. My stepfather was extremely abusive. I couldn't have this relationship with them. And yet, with my 14-year-old son, we've built this dope relationship. I've coached him for years in football. He like we just lifted weights yesterday together. Like, it's this dope, super dope relationship. And it's everything that I ever wanted. Everything. Instead of getting yelled at for something and not understanding what I'm getting yelled at for and the punishment not fitting the crime, I do my best to make the punishments fit the crime. And he doesn't really do anything wrong. He doesn't get in trouble. But it's like always trying to figure that out. And then it's always preaching about leadership. Always talking to him about leadership, about how are you going to be the best leader? This is why you got to do this, and this is why you got to do this, and this is why you got to move this way, and this is why you got to say yes, sir, in these situations, or yes, coach, in this situation. And I'm like, just breaking this down, and it's like in a way that I wish somebody would have explained it to me instead of me having to learn it on my own. But instead of being stuck in the mud and whining about it and crying about it, it's like I'm fixing it by teaching my son these lessons, by helping him become a even better man than I am now. And it's such a dope situation, and it's a dope relationship that it didn't even really dawn on me as much until we're fixing this car and I realize I have to calm my ass down and be grateful that I have a son that wants to ask me questions. Be grateful that I have a son that isn't afraid to ask me questions, that isn't afraid to learn from me, that isn't worried about me reacting. And it's like, oh my goodness, like this is exactly what I wanted as a kid. So when we talk about, like, again, I don't like the word generational trauma or all this stuff. Like, think about it as you literally want to break the cycle. If you have the ability to teach your kids differently than how you learned, take the time to do that. Take the time to invest patience and learn how to communicate with them. Like the answer I always got when I ask a question is just do it because I said so. Well, okay, cool. I'm a sheep now, but I want to understand. I want to understand why you're asking me to do this. I want to understand what's the importance of it. So now I can go. Mercedes, this is live, yo. This is live. So hit me with questions if you want to talk. And it's so cool because my son asked me questions, and sometimes it's annoying as hell. It's like, hey, I need you to run that trash out. Oh, why do I have to do it right now? Because the trash is full. I'm about to make something, or I'm in the middle of doing dishes. I need you to please do this because it's full. No other trash can go in there, and it's gonna start to smell. So can you please take this outside? Yeah, cool. It took me 30 more seconds to explain why I want this done. But I've noticed maybe he asked the question twice, but for the most part, he starts to do it now. Hey kid, lawn needs to be mowed. Go mow the lawn. He just does it. He doesn't ask anymore why it has to be, because I've answered the question once, maybe twice. Hey, the lawn needs to be mowed because if it gets too high, it's not going to look good, and it's not good for our house. Also, critters that's how we start having more critters, and it ruins our garden, right? Where we get food, where it saves us money on food, and break that all down. Plus, one day you're going to have a family, and you should know how to take care of the lawn. You should know how to do all this. You should know how to cut the weeds. You should know how to do this, this, and this, and this, because one day you can have a son turn around, or daughter turn around and do it. And like every project that we do, I'm making sure he knows this is helping you, one, save money. Like to get my headlights fixed, when I talked to a place, it would have roughly been about $620. I went and bought the bulbs myself for less than 40. it just cost me time. So I saved a lot of money. I told him, I'm like, look at the money I saved. I was like, you know what you could buy with this? He was like, an Xbox. I'm like, well, yeah, you could buy the new Xbox with that, but I'm just saying, like, you can save money. And so it's important that we are breaking the cycle with our own children, and sometimes not even with our own children, with our own siblings, with our friends, and understand that we're reacting based on how we were raised. Now, earlier someone said BTA, so belts to like, look, I don't have to go upside my son's head or butt too often. I'll tell him, I'm like, hey, you need to chill out. I got a size 15 ready to go right up your butt. Like, chill. And he dials it back. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that I don't say something, but most of the time the punishments are burpees. Oh, for real, Dad? Yep. Give me 20. He busts out 20 burpees. If I ask him to do something else and he goes, 20 burpees, give me 20 more. So it's like he's learning what's better. Just do what I'm asking you to do. Ask me questions, that's fine. Or give me a stank face and give me and smack your lips, because I'm gonna make you do push-ups. I'm gonna make you do burpees. I'm gonna make you do a wall sit. You're gonna not like it, and you still gotta get the job done. No matter what, you still getting the job done. So why make it hard on yourself? So it's understanding how to break this cycle. And Mercedes, thank you. The goal is that I want him to be grateful for this. I tell him all the time that I am the only man rooting for you to be better than him. I want you to be better than me one day. But I'm like, I'm not going to make it easy on you. It's like when we were training yesterday, one of the supersets was, what did we start? What was the superset? It was deadlifts into push-ups. And I'm like, yo, kid, I'm like a full cycle ahead of you here. What's the deal? He's like, well, I'm not good at push-ups. I'm like, kid, you better work on it. Because I'm busting out like push-ups like it's nothing. And he's struggling. And I'm like, one day you'll catch up to me, kid. Maybe. One day you'll be stronger than your dad. And he just gives me that look like, man, I can't wait till I'm stronger. It's like, yeah, I'm going to talk crap right now, knowing that I'm also rooting for you to be stronger than me. I'm rooting for you to be better than me in every way, shape, every way possible, right? But I'm not going to make it easy on you. If you're going to win, if you beat me, you're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to earn that W. And so it's fun when you start thinking about breaking these cycles and changing the relationship, right? It's a really dope process. Now, I got a question. Do any of you have kids? Any of you have certain relationships where you've noticed that how you were raised isn't the exact way that you want to react with your children, or maybe your spouse, or your friends, siblings, whatnot? I'm always curious about other people. Like, how are you reacting? Gemini, thank you for the rose. I appreciate you. So I'm very curious about how people are handling their own relationships with other people. Are you raising your children differently than how you were raised? Are you interacting with your significant other different from what you've seen? So please share. I'm very curious on that. Now, breaking the cycle, I did talk about it, like it's building my dreams into this reality. And I talk about this often. Too many people just say, hey, I got a dream. And they just leave it like that. But are you putting in the work to actually change that? Are you putting in the work to actually build your dream? It's a lot of work to build my dream with my son. It's not easy. The easy way is to react the same way that my stepfather did. The easy way is the same, better yet, to react how my father was and just not be there. My father was a Rolling Stone. Like when I think about the song, Papa was a Rolling Stone, that was my dad, yo. He was definitely out there and getting it. What is this podcast about? Today, it's about breaking the cycle. about deciding how you're going to raise your kids, deciding how you want to be with your significant other, deciding how you're going to be with your friends. And are you purposely going forward, actively trying to do things different than how you were raised? Are you making a purposeful effort to do better? Where a lot of us just we fall into the same mode, like, oh, this is how I was raised, so this is what I want to do. And it's great in some points, but not all. Like, I never made it a point to beat the crap out of my kids because I was beaten so much. So I was like, it didn't work with me. it didn't really work. I like the quote of trying to become 1% better every day. There you go. Exactly. That's essentially what it is. Like, are you trying to be better with your kids, with your siblings, with your significant other than what you've seen and what you grew up with? Oh, we're doing it again.
Such a reconnecting issue. I don't know, sound is detected. No, looks like you're on.
Yeah, there we go. TikTok is a pain in the butt some days, but why does it sound like an alarm?
I don't know.
TikTok is like, stop trying to help people. We want them to keep going through the man. TikTok, you don't stop. Are we good? I don't even know if it's really disconnecting. But it's funny how it says it gives an alarm.
Yeah, that is awkward and annoying because that's like the most annoying.
Yeah, it's a weird thing.
Okay. Okay, looks like we're moving.
Okay, there we go. So when I know I'm waiting for it. When I really think about building my dreams into a reality, I always envision that I would be building my business into reality, like my business dreams, my financial dreams. The one that hits me the most though is literally what I'm building with my kids. Like, I wish, I think about this sometimes, like, man, I wish I had my dad to call. Man, I could use some advice right now. And it's so impactful because my daughter will call me. My daughter, my daughter to pay for school had so many questions about what she should do financially, right? And her mom's telling her one thing, and she's like, well, I might go with that, but let me talk to dad first. And anything big in her life, she'll get everybody's opinion. And then she comes to me. And she'll basically run with whatever I tell her. I'm literally the man that I always wanted. And out of all the dreams that I could build, that's the one that fills my heart the most. Out of all the dreams that I could build, there isn't many times that like, if I get into it with my wife, if I'm about to make a big business decision, if I'm doing something, there's times I'm like, man, I wish I had a dad to call. And instead, me not having that has allowed me to become that. I have now become the dad that gets the phone call when things hit the fan. I'm the dad that gets the phone call for advice. I'm the man that my kids come running to. Right? I have built it. So then I also have to remind myself that when I need this advice, I can ask myself for this advice because I've put myself in this role. Diamond, I'm good. I'm just, it's so big to understand that you can build your dreams. And it doesn't matter how many businesses you build, how many times you reach your goals on a financial level. I will have this argument with anyone. There is no bigger dream that I've built than becoming the man and the father that I always desired to have in my life. My daughter's 20, my son is 14. The fact that they lean on me, they call me for advice, they respect what I say, they feel safe with me. My son loves doing all these things with me. I hated doing working on the house or working on a car, doing any of that with my stepfather because I knew I was going to get yelled at, called the N-word, and my head caved in. My son enjoys doing these things with me because I'm the opposite. Like, yeah, we're going to work hard, but you're going to learn and you're going to have fun. And so it really, it made me realize, it was funny because it made me think, how couldn't there be a God? Right? I am literally living the life that I always wanted as a kid. The life I wanted as a kid, I'm living. I've built this dream. I've built my life. Everything that I kept asking God for, I'm like, yo, God, give me a father that cares about me. Give me this family. He gave it to me in a way that I wasn't expecting. He gave me what I wanted, but he gave it to me differently. And it left me speechless yesterday. It was mind-blowing. The life that I have created for my kids is everything that I wanted. A parent to come to my games, a parent to care about me, a parent that talks about leadership, a parent that's going to keep me structured, a parent that wants me to do better. A parent that is fun, that sometimes fun to hang out with. I'm not always fun to hang out with. It's like getting a text from my daughter, like, hey, Dad, I miss you. Like, there's no other dream that I would rather build in this reality besides that. I'll take that number one. That means everything to me. It means everything. We all have the ability to build this dream in our reality. We just have to choose to one, build it, have the courage to build it, and two, take the time to figure out what it is that we really want. The weird thing about going through all the things that I've ever gone through in my life is that I knew at a young age what I really wanted. I can't remember a time I didn't want to be married, I didn't want to have kids, and I didn't want to be a really good father. I've been asking for that since about 6 or 7. Right? And I have it. Since I can remember, I've always wanted to run my own business. Not all my businesses were legal, but for the most part, I've been able to run my own businesses. And when I did work for someone else, I hated it. I couldn't stand it. Because I realized that I wasn't in a position to make decisions for my life. Right? So it's very possible to build your dreams in this reality. You got to know what you want. And you got to be brave enough to speak it out loud. And then you got to work every day for it. I work every day for my kids. They're a pain in my They're a pain in my neck some days. My daughter yesterday texted me that she missed me. This morning she was like, Dad, can I have $10 for coffee and breakfast this morning just because it's Monday and you love me? Like, so, like they're a pain in my neck, right? But it's so amazing. It's so amazing. My son, I told him, even if you don't remember how to do this, you at least know what this tool is, which is Ratchet. You know how to use it. And it's cool, man. You're building moments with people. So I'm excited to see them have kids, right? Because if they do better than me, which they should, if you want to talk about generational curses, trauma, like my bloodline is going to take off. It's going to take off because they'll be able to provide the same lessons in their own ways. And like our bloodline is just going to continue to get better and keep growing. And that's super dope to me. Like when a teacher calls me and tells me how this was Friday, tells me that my son is a great leader, that all the teachers love him, all the girls feel safe around him, and he leads his group of friends. He'll goof around with them, and then he'll eventually be like, okay, guys, let's lock in. This is my 14-year-old son. That's mind-blowing. That's mind-blowing that he's like that. And they're really blown away that he loves sports and yet plays an instrument in the band. It took everything from me to say, well, that's not that uncommon, but also that's how I was. So it's like, chip off the old block, let's get it. So it's important that you build and change the things in your life that you want to change. And I think that's really where I want to like drop the bomb on you guys on that one. Figure out what you want, right? How you want to be. So if you have kids, how do you want to, what kind of parent do you want to be? What kind of friend do you want to be? What kind of significant other do you want to be? Here's the catch. I would start with asking yourself, what is it that I want? What is it that I wanted? And be honest with yourself. What are the things that you wanted as a kid? If you have a great relationship with your family, dope. Maybe some of the things that you wanted, you actually got. So then provide that, right? How do you want to be? What did you want? If you think about a relationship, right, with your spouse or a significant other, what is it that you want? Why are you providing that? Right? Same thing in friendship. So, Mikhail says, I wanted to be a baller. Shot caller. Come on, you got to keep the bars going. Where's the rest? Yeah. I want to be a baller. Caller 20 in lane on them baller. Oh man, you know what? This is why I love TikTok. I love all social media, but TikTok will just go a little crazy sometimes. Like that's just straight out of the blue. I wanted to be a baller. Hey, if you want to be a baller, you could build that too.
Right.
Like that's the whole point. You could build it. So, what is something that you wanted the kids need parents to be there for them? Yeah, most definitely. Love Everybody says the kids need parents to be there for them all day long. Most of the time, that's all they need. They just need to know you're there, that you got them, right? That you got their back. And having their back doesn't mean always agreeing with them, right? Sometimes having their back is being able to look down the road and say, hey, you're going down the wrong path. Woke up quick at about noon, just thought I had to be in Compton soon. Thank you, Billy Ray Osiris. Hey, keep the bars going. I like it. I like it. It's getting my attention. It's making us laugh over here. We're two hip hop heads. Irish Brian, thank you always for the love. Appreciate you always. Y'all always show love, man. I appreciate that. So, yeah, parents just got to be there, yo. And don't let social media raise our kids. Don't let sheep raise our kids. Raise them to be independent thinkers. When they start asking questions, here's the funny thing. My son will ask me a question sometimes and I'll be like, I know the answer. Why don't you look it up? Look it up. Like, push them to go actively seek out the knowledge that they are asking about. Now, when we're working on a car, obviously it's different. But, like, push them to be leaders. Push them to seek out the information, right? And just be there. Like, my son was trying out for basketball. Now, my son has played football and wrestled. Those were his sports that he's played. He's a freshman in high school now. And he's played football and he's wrestled. And all of a sudden, my son wants to play basketball out of nowhere. And I'm like, oh, man. I'm like, okay, kid, let's go to the park. You know, I played ball almost my whole life. And I played on teams for like 4 or 5 years of my life, but I'm no coach. Football, different. I've coached football. I played up to semi-pro. Like, come on, I can coach that. You want to fight? I know how to coach that. Basketball, I'll show you. Let's go out and we'll have fun, and I'll teach you. Like, I know certain fundamentals, but I'm no coach. And on the morning of the tryouts, he said he's nervous, and I'm like, hey, it's understandable to be nervous, man. That makes sense. Use it. Use that energy and do the best you can. Like, you got tryouts today and tomorrow. You make the team, great. We got work to do. You got to keep getting better. You don't make the team and you want to continue to work at it, what do we do? He's like, well, we just keep practicing and we get better. I'm like, exactly. Exactly. That's all we could do is keep working and get better. No matter what, I love you, though. I got your back. Just go in there and be the greatest that you could be. Give everything that you got and leave nothing on the table. I get a text the second night of tryouts. He didn't make the team. And he's heartbroken. He's hurt. I'm like, yeah, it makes sense, kid. It sucks. But take that hurt. You feel it? Take it. Use it. Sit with it. You let me know tomorrow if you want to continue to train and get better at basketball. We'll figure it out. Next day, he lets me know. He's like, yeah, let's get it. Cool. I start looking into things, and then I chop it up with my man Corey over here. And Corey takes his son. Corey's a coach. He's a basketball coach. But he takes and works his sons out too. It's like, oh. And he offers for my son to go do it. This morning was the first day my son went. Woke him up at 5:15 in the morning. I don't know about y'all, but most teenagers don't like that. My son got right out of bed, got dressed, got his stuff together. Boom, we're out. We're at the place by 5:45. Dope. Let's get it. He tells me they're good practice. Corey said he listened. Hey, let's get it. Like, I always wish that I had someone that would have done that with me. Man, I want to get better at this. I want to get better at that. If they didn't know how to help me, take me somewhere. Take me somewhere. I didn't get that. Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to provide that then. Because it's teaching my son that he can still work hard to chase his dreams. He may not get it right now. I don't know if my son's going to ever play basketball on a team. I told him, I'm like, we could train all year round. It doesn't guarantee you a spot next year on the team, but you will be better. And that's the whole point. Is he's learning to constantly work to get better. Don't chase the results of making the team. Chase getting better. That's all we could do. That's the only thing we can control. We can't guarantee a win. We can guarantee that we get better. And watching him do this is dope. And again, breaking the cycle, giving them something new. Kids these days never held a flashlight for a parent. I mean, some kids don't, but I would put that on the parent though, right? Could you scroll up? Yeah, Billy Ray, I would say that's on the parent because I asked my son to hold the flashlight. Like, that's on the parents. You gotta push that. Sweet Blossoming says yes. Can you scroll down again? Oh wait, I always tell my baby, you lose, I lose, you win, I win, we in this together, baby. Yeah, like that's a way to put it. I don't disagree with that. I don't have an opinion on that one. I'll never tell my son that I'm losing with him. It's his loss, right? But I tell him I'm proud of him regardless. I tell him it's not like do everything that you can to be the greatest you could be. If you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. But be the greatest you could be. Eventually, over time, you'll get more wins than losses. Keep striving to be the greatest you could be. That's in academics. That's in sports. That's being a son. That's being a brother. That's being a man. Be the greatest you could be. Are you talking about sports? Sports is everything. Sports is dope. Gotta say that. Sports is dope. Yep, it's the full picture. That's why the kids can't view the parents will cause it. Wait a minute. I gotta read that again. Yep, it's the full picture. That's why the kids can't view the parents will cause it. Wait.
Because it comes with time?
Because it comes with time. Am I reading that wrong? Like, yep, it's the full picture. That's why the kids can't view the parents will because it's come with time.
Sure.
I'm not getting it. But love everybody. Thank you for commenting. I'm just not understanding it. Sweet Blossoms, you do. Lil Corny, do you know how much work athletes put in? Yeah. I train fighters full time. I'm a former fighter. I play football. I play semi-pro football. I know exactly how much work athletes put in. So that's what I'm basically teaching him now. Like my 14-year-old son is like 6'1", 240 pounds. He might be like 230 something, but like 6'1", 200 something pounds. Like, oh, Chris, that's funny. It's I'm gonna comment on that in a minute, but that's essentially what I'm teaching them now is like, you got to work hard. It's the same way I tell my fighters, you put in all this work and that doesn't guarantee a win. That just allows you to throw your name in the hat for a chance at winning. Working hard doesn't guarantee a win. You work hard so you have a chance to win. That's it. That's all you do. That's all you can do. And no matter what, win or lose, you get back to work. You go back to studying that film. You do what you got to do. Premium Ginger says, persistence toward growth plus consistency of effort is key. Yes, for sure. And Chris Herrera, what glue do I use for my beard? No glue. Look at this. No glue. This is just all natural, baby. As we keep scrolling down. Oh, nothing is given, it's earned. Exactly, Billy Ray. Exactly. And the funny thing is like, my son is getting this now. You could chase winning. It's just, it's not guaranteed, man. Love everybody. It's not easy for a child to see their parent full pictures. I meant because yeah, like, and that's the thing that's where patience comes in when you're raising a kid. They can't see it from your point of view because you've had more years and more wisdom and more experience. And so what you try to do, and you also can't force your viewpoint on them that way. So you just try to give them as much knowledge as you can, be patient, and let them make some of their own mistakes. Let them go through their own bumps and bruises and what they're going through in order to get better. So most definitely, children can never look at it from our point of view, but it's important that we can try to understand their point of view because we were once kids. They were never once adults. Oh, that's a bar right there. There you go. We can understand their point of view because we were once them, right? We understand what it's like to walk in their shoes. They don't know what it's like to walk in our shoes yet. That's where we get enjoyment out of being a grandparent. Because we could then see them walk through our shoes and we could laugh at them, right? Like, I'm looking for those days. Yeah. Man, thank y'all for just continuing to like. Anybody got questions? What questions y'all got? And then what's your relationship like with your family, with your kids? If you got kids out there, what type of relationships do you want when you have kids? Like those kind of things. Anybody got questions about building dreams into a reality? I love those. We could talk all day about that. Got me putting outlines together. That's how important this topic was to me. So, man, in the meantime, man, I just want y'all to know I appreciate y'all so much. YouTube, Facebook?
Yep.
Facebook. I don't know if anybody's talking on there.
Twitch.
Oh, we're on Twitch? We're twitching now? We're twitching? We're twitching out here. Do you like to watch YouTube? I really love it. Hopefully you're not setting me up for the okie doke. Yeah, I'll watch actually here. Let's look at my last. Let me look at my history on YouTube real quick. So I have CT Fletcher motivational video. Like, that's my guy. I have a what if story. So like a fan fiction from Games of Thrones. I got some more CT. Oh man, I got a lot of CT Fletchers here. I also got a Napoleon Hill video about his book Think and Grow Rich, and I have a Bob Proctor video. So I spend when I get on YouTube, I have a fun part of YouTube and where my like these what if stories that I've lost my mind in. But I've also got a lot of knowledge. Like, I don't like going on social media. I don't know how people just go on social media. Like, I have to slap my own hands sometimes and just scroll. It's like, what am I gaining from this? So I like watching motivational videos because I like learning. It's not so much so it motivates me. I like learning from other motivational speakers. They might say something that in a different way than I would say it. It makes me think. I'm like, okay, that's dope the way they put it. I also like listening to people that are in a position that I'm striving to be in so I can learn. And I watch a lot of technique videos, whether it's MMA, Muay Thai, just different things, because they might coach a little different or word things differently, and that's always dope. I find that really, really cool. So yeah, I spend time on YouTube and social media. Carmen, what's up? What's popping in your neck of the woods? Man, I love y'all so much, man. Thank you. Thank you for always tuning in. We're at 3,000 likes. I'm going to stay on for 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes, right? I want to see if we can hit 15,000 likes. One. And I want to give away this shirt. Not this shirt, but this shirt right here. Corey and me, we've been talking about this, and now I don't know why I'm just doing it on the fly. It's my You Control You shirt. It says 24/7, 365, right? The person, what should I do? Ooh, someone sent a lightning. What should I do? What should they do to earn this shirt? What should they do? I'm thinking of something cool here. I nothing's coming to mind because I can't track who gives the most likes. I can track who gives the most hearts. No. Whoever gives the most, what is that? Like that lightning, the roses, all that stuff. Whoever gives the most, I'm gonna have you DM me your address, right? And I'm gonna send you this shirt. And then I'm gonna put you live when you're wearing this shirt, and we're gonna chop it up. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do here. So the Code Trap sent a lightning bolt. So Irish Brian sent a heart. Lost, what is that? Lost what?
Oh, so I think those are all gifts.
Yeah, gifts.
So it's gonna be
Gifts.
dependent on who sends you a gift.
Who sends? Yeah, you get your name put in the hat if you send a gift. So if you send more than one gift, your name goes in the hat more than one time. So let's see who knocks this out the park. At the same time, we're striving for 15,000 likes. Let's get it. I just want to say something, brother. Our souls only get better when it goes through the fire. Yes. We have to go through hell to get to heaven sometimes. Right? How can we even enjoy heaven if we don't live in hell? If we don't understand what it's like to go through the trials and tribulations of life. Right? A sunny day is beautiful after a rainy one. You feel me? I am so big into you have to suffer. The difference is, and this is what I think a lot of parents misunderstand. We don't have to cause a suffering in our child's life. The one thing I knew with my son is, like, I always said, man, my son isn't as mean as me, right? He doesn't have that right? And I was like, man, I'm scared for him. I don't know if he's going to get that. And then I thought about it. I'm like, man, shut up. Sports will teach him that, right? He'll suffer losses, and that'll push him one way. And when I see him react the way he reacts to losses, he wants to work harder. He wants to get better. When I see how he reacts to not making a basketball team, that makes him work harder. When he would lose in wrestling matches, he would want to come back harder, right? Life will teach you. Life will beat you up enough. As a parent, I don't have to beat him up as well. I don't have to, quote unquote, toughen him up. Life will do that. It's my job to be there to help him grow. It's my job to instruct him, to help him, to give him advice, to let him know I got his back. Life will beat him up. When he gets a girlfriend and she breaks his heart, he'll learn. He'll learn. And that's our job as a parent. Our job as a parent should be to hold our kids down, to have their back. Right? So they could go travel. Like, think about it this way. If we take our kids, right? We take them to a maze, a big, humongous maze. And we're like, hey, go figure it out. It starts here, but the finish line is also here. I'm going to be here. Go do it. They go out there a little bit. They can't figure their way around. They come back. Man, I can't do this. Yeah, you can. What you do? Well, I moved this way. It wouldn't work. Well, did you try the other way? Nah, it was scary. Look, man, you'll be all right. Go. I'm here if you need me. It's amazing. If they just know you're there, they'll go try anything. They'll go do anything because they know you got their back. It doesn't mean that we're soft. It doesn't mean that you don't have to have discipline and structure. It just means, look, Try it. I'm here. Even if you fall, I got you. Even if you don't do so well, I got you. Like, what else could a kid want? That's what you do. You're very welcome, love everybody. Very, very welcome. It's like when you start thinking like this, and now the funny thing is, you don't even have to be that way just with your kids. You could be that way with your spouse. Like the dopest thing my wife says about me is I'm the ultimate hype man. My wife can come to me and say, yo, I want to try this. Yo, let's get it. Let's get it. She hit me with, hey, I think I want to start a candle business. Man, I started Googling things so quick. I was like, yeah, yo, like if you do this, 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 and this, and this, and we price it out like this, boom, you'll make X amount of dollars just like this. Like, let's get it. But what if it fails? Who cares? Let's try it. Let's do it. Let's get it. I'm the ultimate hype man, yo. Like, I believe you could do anything. Let's go. Freshly Snipes. Lil Corny says, do you ever want to be a celebrity? No. No. You know what I want? I just want to help like 3 billion people. That's it. I don't want to be a celebrity for it. One, I don't want people in my personal life like that. I give out lots of information about my life. I don't give as, I still have plenty of things that I like to keep private. My relationship with my wife, outside of talking about some of the disputes, is private. I'm cool with that. So, a celebrity, no, not like that. I don't seek it anyway. I don't do this for fame. Freshly Snipes. That is a clever name. That's a very clever name. What are we doing up here? We got 2 minutes and 15 seconds, 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Oh, more people did get. Okay, Freshly Snipes gave a heart. Okay, remember, if you give a gift, you get your name put in a hat to win this shirt, to win one of these shirts, the You Control You 24/7, 365, baby. And we're still looking to reach those 15,000 likes. I don't know if we're going to hit it today, but we're going to keep busting them in the head. We got less than 2 minutes. If you are looking to get this shirt, get your name put in the hat, give a gift, and we'll put your name down. I'll make sure that I send a friend request. Make sure we talk on DM and put your name in a hat. We'll pull the name, get it rolling. And then you could jump on live with me. Rocking the shirt. First of all, it's got wolves on it. It's a pretty dope shirt, if you ask me. I don't know. But I'm all about You Control You. But as the time winds down, remember, we want to hit those 15,000 likes. And if y'all got questions, please hit me over the head. Freshly Snipes, I got a question for you. How'd you come up with that name, Playboy? How did you get that name? And how did you get it and nobody had it? I'm very curious about that one.
Edward just dropped a harp.
Edward, thank you. Thank you. We're going to have some names in this hat. We're going to get it today. We chiming down. Remember, if you give more than one gift, you get more than one name in there. We coming down to the last 30 seconds before we shut this down, before we take no more gifts in there. Love, oh, wow, wow. Love every, okay. Love everybody just said, I'm getting 27 hats and I'm getting 27 names up in this one. We got 15 seconds. We come chopping down. We down to 10 seconds.
I'm undeniable.
Man, Love Everybody was like, I got it. Man, I would feel bad if Love Everybody does it. If I don't put a name. Oh, we got to say, oh man, they hit it over the head. Oh my goodness. Last second. Oh man.
They're making it competitive though.
Yeah, they making it competitive. Yo. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get all y'all names. Actually, Corey, could you write down names or take screenshots? So I make sure, please DM me right? If you sent a gift, I mean, anybody can send me a DM, right? But if you send me a gift, most definitely send me a DM. And
Do they have to? Do they have to? They have to at least follow you so you're able to get in
yeah,
contact with them, right?
make sure you follow me. Make sure you send that DM. What is Edward Empower? Step out and be yourself as you got a story to tell. Yeah, of course. That's all I'm doing every day. Is sharing my story, sharing my point of view, and letting people know that you have an option. I didn't name this podcast just willy-nilly. This is a phrase that I use all the time. You control you. It's a phrase that I live by, right? And I really took onus of this at different parts of my life. The most recent one is when I blew out my knee and my foot no longer works from training for a fight. And all the doctors said I would never fight again. I'll never be able to walk again without a brace. I'll probably need a cane. Came back 2 years later and I fought twice. I won both those. I don't walk with a cane and I don't walk with a brace very often. I took control of my own life. Everything is about taking control of your life. That doesn't mean I do it on my own, but I make the decisions in my life. I steer my life in the way I want it to go. And that's how I teach my kids. That's what I preach to my fighters and my students, is you control you. Oh, I want a new job. So get a new job. It's not that easy. It is that easy. If you got to go to school for it, then go to school for it. But it's that easy. It's that easy to make the decision. It's going to take a lot of work. That's the best way to have it. So it's you control you all day long. Nobody else can control you. You control your brain, you control your body, you control your emotions, you control you. Thank you so much for chiming in, man. Thank y'all so much for the likes. Thank you so much for the gifts. I appreciate y'all so much. So much. Like, oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And don't get it twisted. Y'all motivate me too. Y'all motivate me to get better. Y'all motivate me to push myself. Y'all motivate me to read more books, to learn more, to get better so I can help you all day long, right? I have some wicked goals. My goal is to reach 3 billion people, to help 3 billion people with my words. I've lived a very interesting life, and I'm very thankful for all the lessons that I've learned, and I'm thankful that I get to share them with y'all. Remember, every Monday, 10 a.m. Central, tune in. We go live every Monday on YouTube. You Control You. We go live on Facebook. We go live on TikTok. Oh, man. Just as I'm about to get offline. My wife just had a miscarriage Friday night. Man, I never thought how hard it would be. Brother, I'm so sorry for you. And all I can say is we'll send prayers over and blessings over. That is not easy. Keep the faith. Do your best to stay as positive as you can. And hold your wife down. Hold your wife down. And be there for each other. And understand that you may need an outlet separate from your wife. You might need an outlet, like find a gym and go beat the hell out of a bag. Like, do something constructive, lift weights, go for a run, do something, like Please do not lose yourself in alcohol or drugs or anything like that. That's a cool time out, but it's not going to help you long term. Like, be there for your wife, be the rock, and then find a way to get your stuff out. That sucks, man. And as you can see, people already giving you prayers and they're letting you know what's up. That's what I love about this. The people that chime into these groups are usually supportive of others. Just do your best to keep your head up and go from there. Man, what is this? My girl of 8 years moved out last month. Communication is getting less and less common, and it's hard. Well, Board, yours is a little bit different. What I would say is, it is time for you to 100% focus on you. Unless y'all got kids, and then you got to work that out. But focus on you. Make yourself better. Because there's nothing you could do. There's nothing you could do. She's already gone, right? She's gone. She moved out last month. Let her be gone then. She made that choice. Or you booted her out, whatever. Focus on making you better. Physically, mentally, and emotionally, make you better. Take control of yourself. You control you. Feel that heartbreak. It sucks. Use it. Use it to lift more weights. Use it to go train somewhere. Use it to read those books. Use it to become stronger. Right? And how do you say that? Miata? Miata? So, well, Miata, if you need someone to chop it up, man, just DM me. Because what you're going through is rough. And hopefully you got family and friends that are holding you down as well. So, and Bored, her sister OD'd and things weren't getting better, so she left to heal, but now I'm questioning that. You don't got to worry about questioning it. Focus on you. Focus on you. Like, the only way you can help your relationship is by focusing on you and making you a better person. Because she's focused on her right now. So let her focus on herself and you focus on you. You can't control whether or not you guys stay together because the ball isn't in your court. But what you can do is focus on making yourself a better person. Make yourself smarter, stronger, and emotionally more equipped, right? Focus on making yourself a better person. Then, if things get better, you could be there. And if things don't get better, you're still setting yourself up for success no matter what. Make you better. You control you. You can't control her. You control you. Focus on you. Make yourself better. Make yourself a better, I'm taking it as you're a man. I could be wrong, but make yourself into a better man or a better person. Like, read books. Train. Do those things. Okay, thank you. I'm in my head a lot, and as we weren't talking, should I not reach out even though she does? Look, if you guys are still in a relationship, yeah, check in, see how she's doing, right? I'm saying don't lose yourself in her. Don't not go to work. Don't not go do it. Like, the big thing is for both of you. And Mayada, you're welcome. You're welcome. But she checks in, but I feel like since she left, I shouldn't be. It depends. Like, if y'all broke up, yeah, what need do you need to check in? Right? If you're still together, but she moved out, that's a different thing. But even that gets kind of dicey. But if y'all broke up, yeah, you ain't got to check in. For what? Focus on you. Yeah, I can understand that because she moved out. So if y'all didn't break up, right, you're at a different stage, and it be like that sometimes. And so what I'm saying is focus on you. That doesn't mean you can't send a text, a phone call. Hey, just wanted to touch base with you. How you doing? Miss you, love you type of deal, whatever. Whoop, wop, to bang. What I'm saying is don't miss work. And I know I'm a big dude, but when I tell people this, yeah, you got to train. I hit a heavy bag every day. I punch people in the face for a living. That's my life. So I would tell you to run, work out, lift weights, hit something. Like something that just releases the tension, releases the stress from you on a daily basis, right? And work on making yourself a better person. Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, quiet times are tough. Read and watch videos that are educational, right? But be okay with the quiet times. Let the quiet times hurt. Like I don't think men sit there and just cry. Just let it be. If you're hurting and you're sitting there and you're just thinking, then let it hurt. Let it just hurt. And then say, okay, I want to go do something else. Yeah. Because if you hold it inside, it's going to come out and you can't control it. So most definitely let it out. There's no shame in that. And just like I said to Mayada, Mayada, like try to stay away from drinking. Like stay away from the negative things that we can do to ourselves, right? So yeah, don't occupy all your time, but if you work out, if you're reading, like I tell people all the time to read different books, get better. Like this is the time where if you work a job you don't like, right, and that you don't love, start looking into building a business. I'm stress eating a bit. Then make sure that you put, this is what I tell my fighters, and this is what I did when I was fighting. I just put all healthy snacks in my house. So if I had to binge on something, it was healthy, right? Fruits, vegetables, chicken breasts. Like I just put stuff in there that made sense, right? So do that for yourself. And you'll just keep working through this, man. And just like I told Mayada, I'm here. DM me. I'll chop it up. I do life coaching. I work with you. We'll get through it. Good call. She was a flexible idiot. I was super disciplined. Fell off my game a bit. Yeah, that happens. Get back on the game. Get back to being disciplined. Be that man. Because think about it this way. If you guys never move back together and y'all break up, you want to make sure you're in a good place. If she does move back, if y'all move back in and you stay together, you want to be in a good place. No matter what, that's what you need to do. So make yourself better for either the relationship that you have or make yourself better for yourself, period. I prioritize her too much, and you're right. I can't be better with anyone if I'm not. Exactly. Make yourself into a better man, and regardless if the relationship works or not, it's still gonna hurt, but you're gonna be all right no matter what. If the relationship stays, you're a better man for it. Let me tell you a cheat code when it comes to women. They want to be your priority, but if you make them your priority, you lose them. They have to trust that you're going to stick to your guns. Nope, I'm working out today, but I want to spend time. I have to work out today. But, hey, whatever you're thinking about telling me and doing, do when I get back. You know what I'm saying? Like, you stay disciplined. You stay organized with your schedule because they could trust you long term because you're not going to break your word and break your schedule for them. Right? Does that make sense? Yeah, I feel you. Make yourself, see, then when my dog of 10 years passed, I lost. Like, you have to make, like, having friends, having a dog, having whatever is great. Having people in your life is amazing, and everybody needs people, right? We're not meant to be solo dolo. However, you have to be strong enough to stand as a lone wolf. You have to be emotionally, mentally, and physically capable to stand on your own. So that way you can go through life. Then when other people come into your life, it can help you grow even more. And you can help them. Stay disciplined upon your life. I love my wife to death. She knows when I got to go to work, I go to work. We had to plan out a trip to go hang out with her dad to go shoot guns almost 2 months out. Damn. TikTok be on some, I love you though. But hopefully what I'm saying is making sense to you. Be disciplined. Be disciplined with what the things that you need to be disciplined for, and don't just change them for a woman. She can't be your priority. She's your priority because you are taking care of yourself, which in turn makes you a better man to take care of her. That is how you prioritize her. That doesn't mean you can't take her on a date. That doesn't mean that you can't pencil in something and work your schedule around in advance, right? But honey, just stay at home with me and watch TV instead of going to work out. And nah, that can't happen. I got to go do me. So I can come home and be the best version of me for you. So hopefully that makes sense. All right. On that note, I stayed on longer than I thought I was because I love y'all. I messed that up, brother. It's all good. It's done. It's done. You ain't got time to think about how you messed up. Just recognize you messed up and learn from it. Don't get stuck in your past, right? Don't get stuck there. Learn from it. Learn from it and grow. Do better. You already shot that jump shot you missed. Boom. Cool. Your form was off. Do better next time. Yeah. Stop the loop, mom. Like, it's that simple. It's really that simple. The moment your brain starts going there and it's like, oh man, I messed that up. Hey, past tense, I messed that up. Let it go. Move forward. Right? Yeah, break the cycle. Exactly. Thank you. Like, it's really that simple. My brain goes into past stuff all the time. Hey, calm down. We're here now. And better yet, here, board, like, tell me if this works, right? I want you to do this. When it's not about being stronger, it's about being smarter. And follow me here. Follow me. I want you to do something for me. And then I want you to DM me, right? So make sure you hit me with the friend request because I want you to DM me. Board, this is for anybody, but I'm talking to board right now. Anybody can do this. I want you to go in the mirror, look yourself square in the eyes. Like, you're going to want to look away. Don't do it. Do not do it. Look yourself in the eyes and just say, hey, I love you and I forgive you. I love you. Ah, mother sucker. Come on, reconnect. There we go. TikTok says, yeah. Say, I love you and I forgive you. I love you. I forgive you. Let's be greater. Let's go be greater. Do that all the time. And then I want you, then I want you to start telling yourself all the things you're grateful for, right? Man, I'm grateful for the sun. I'm grateful for the grass. I'm grateful for the oceans. I'm grateful for the food. I'm grateful for these clothes. I'm grateful for my life. I'm grateful for my family. And just do it. Do it until you start smiling because it fills you with so much joy. Just do it. I love you. I forgive you. I'm meant to be greater. I'm going to be greater. I am great. I am so grateful for this, and this, and just knock it out the park, right? Do that every day. I promise you your life will change. And then you get to work. And then you get to work. You go to your job, you work out, you read books, you meditate, like you do all these things, you write things down, whatever it is that you do. That's how you get it, man. Cool. Is Malachi cheating on me? What that person say? I added you. Thank you. I'll DM and follow your advice. Oh man, I appreciate you. Look, I'm here. This is what we do. I don't understand why that person asks if someone's cheating. Like I know. How do I know? If they are, that sucks. If they're not, cool, I guess. So on that note, man, thank y'all. Appreciate y'all so much. Make sure you tune in next Monday, TikTok Live, 10 a.m. Central. Central. We're not Eastern. We're not West. Central, baby. So 10 a.m. Central. Tune in. We'll have a new topic. It'll be Thanksgiving week too. Oh, man. You're welcome, brother. And thank you. Thank you. You were brave enough to chime in. You were brave enough to share. So let's get it. And I'll make sure I answer your DM. On that note, we out, baby. Deuces. We out. Bop, 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 bop.